Hi my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM22. And not only a fresh episode, but a brand new season. We're going to be talking all things transfers and all that good stuff. But if you missed the end of last season, it's linked above, my friends. Feel free to go and get caught up. But we have signed a bona fide superstar. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to talk transfers before we do anything. Now, it actually looks like I haven't signed that much, but I got all of my business done really early, so it's on the page before. You're going to see that we've actually made a lot of money in the transfer window, and it's because quite a few players basically were the subject of big bids, and I just decided to cash in. I just thought the offers were way too good to be true and to turn down. So that's basically what I've done. I've decided to just sell on a bunch of players, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job at replacing them as well. So we're going to get into it now, gang. So I just need to make sure, is there anyone I sold right at the end? Yeah, there are a couple. So first and foremost, Max O'Leary's gone. He was basically in the last year of his contract anyway. He's gone to Bournemouth for 800k. And basically, it was just a case of trying to get a bit of money because he was about to leave on a free transfer. So I don't really know what Bournemouth were thinking paying money when they could have picked him up for next to nothing. But he's gone. We've signed a new backup goalkeeper. And yeah, a lot of it was he was 33, didn't want to sign a new deal. So we let him go. The next one that we've sold is that of David Lawle. Now, he's been a bit of a bit part player, hasn't he, for a while at the football club. Bit of a backup merchant. He really helped us in our Europa Conference League run, when we won that. So he has actually been all right. But Wolves came in and offered me £25 million for this player. And when I was looking at him and I was thinking, you've played 10 games in 2 seasons in the Premier League. You only played 17 games that year. You played 13 games that year. 25 million seemed like a good amount of money for this player who at 23 doesn't really look like he's going to develop all that much further. And we've got better players than him. So I don't know if we've had Wolves' pants down or not, but we've made some good money there. There's a bunch of players here that have left on freeze. They were all youngsters that weren't really going to kind of go anywhere. And this is where it gets really interesting now because we've made a heap of money on a lot of mainstay players, to be fair. The first one is that of Liefer Madau, and he's one of 2 players that have gone to Hertha Berlin. God knows where Hertha Berlin's money's come from, but they've been able to shell out 140 million on 2 of our players. Mental, I know. But Liefer Madau has left. I didn't really want to sell Liefer Madau, but then I've got a bid done. I basically got a striker over the line who is just unbelievable. He's a superstar striker, and I'm hoping he's going to just basically going to be here till this save is over now. And you compare the two, and Liefer Madau, as I've always said, he isn't really good in front of goal. He does waste a lot of chances and stuff, and then they offered £80 million. 80 million. Now, this is for a player who, since joining West Ham, has got 12 that year, 20 that year, and 22 that year. 80 million seems like a lot of money. And yeah, okay, he's good. He's still only 21, and he's got a ways to go. He can still develop a bit further. But I just think it's so much money. And I just thought 80 million, we can do some good business with that. So Liefer Madau is no more. We let him go, and we wish him well at Hertha Berlin. I'll do the next one, talking of Hertha Berlin. Miriam Hanzic, our right back, has gone to Hertha Berlin as well. And again, it was very much a case of that money is very, very good. Now, he is obviously worth a lot more than what we've sold him for, according to this. But I think it's because he's on a lot higher wages now at Hertha Berlin than he was with us. But essentially, we sold him for £60 million. There is a thing in there that if they sell him, we get a big percentage of the profit, so that's good. We signed him for 36 million, so we've pretty much doubled our money. You're going to see he was pretty good. He was a very consistent player for us, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I just felt like it was really good money. The more I look at this one, the more I think, have I messed up? But then, you'll see the replacement in a minute, and then you can tell me if you think I have. We've also let Nicola Vinali go. I don't really know. I kind of talked about it last season, but we bought him in for 11.5 million. And he scored a couple of goals. He made 9 appearances. Most of them were off the bench. That's just in the league. He actually scored 6 in all comps. We sold him for 21 million. So we made like a really, really healthy profit. There's a player in there. Like, there really is a player in there, but just not for us, not for our system. So we let him go. We've let Kabamba go out on loan again. He's gone to Strasbourg this season. We've let Nascimento go out on loan again this season. He's gone to Empoli. Both of them are like coming along quite well. Like, I really like how they're looking. I think Nascimento could actually be a pretty good backup centre-back at some point. Nahun Perez has left. This one's going to shock a lot of you, I think, because he's obviously been a staple at the back. But he's 30 years of age, and Paris Saint-Germain offered me 48 million, and actually they offered me 45 million, and I initially rejected it. And the minute I did, Perez went, "I want to go. I want a new challenge. Accept the next bid." And I basically couldn't get Paris Saint-Germain any higher than 48. So I accepted 48. I still actually think that's pretty good money for a 30-year-old. Says he's worth a bit more here, but I think we've done all right. You got to think the club signed him all that time ago for 18.25 million. So we've made a really good profit on the player. And I like his replacement as well. So I think it's good money. And then you're going to see a couple more loans with Kit Kennelly and Matteo Borovic going out on loan again. And then Kai Oakley was a youngster I've just sold for £1 million because I don't really feel like he's going to develop any further. So sold him on for a bit of money. And it's all right. We make a bit of profit. Now we can get to the exciting stuff and talk about the ins. And as you're going to see, the ins begin here, and they begin with that signing that I teased last episode, and we got it done. Unbelievably, none of the other clubs came in. We obviously offered that amount of money. We offered the contract. He liked the contract enough to accept it straight away, and he signed for us on the dotted line. And we've got Moukoko ridiculously cheap. I've seen people pay like 150 odd million for him, 200 million for him, but because obviously he was in the shortlist, I knew I could never afford him, and then he's handed in a transfer request. We've managed to get it done so cheap. Now it looks really cheap at the minute at 45 million, but if it goes up to 75, it's still relatively cheap for this player. He's 25 now, so he's pretty much there. But just look at the attributes. 19 dribbling, 18 finishing, 18 first touch, 18 technique, 19 composure. Look at the physicals. I just feel like we have just signed the striker this team has needed. He is so good. So good. I'm looking forward to using him this season. We've bought in Reece Neal. We've managed to bring him back, gang. Remember, we had him on loan. That was £15 million loan. My God, I still can't get over that. I've bought him in. £12 million up front, potentially go to 50 million. But a lot of it's like international appearances and stuff like that. So it could take a while to get there. 12 million for this player is an absolute steal. He's going to come in and play as a bit of a squad rotation in the midfield, can play, everywhere. I might even train him as a striker as well because he's got 12 finishing and 16 composure. I actually think he could do a job there if we went down and we had some injuries and whatnot. So it's an absolute steal for this player. And he only comes in on 70 grand a week, which really, when I look at the rest of the first team, is not a lot of money. So that's a good deal. Next up is Stefan Kruj. This is our replacement for Hanzic. £22 million up front, £55 million with the add-ons. Comes in from Hoffenheim, and he is a German right back. And this is what we're signing for our money. You're going to see he is worth so much, but his contract is ridiculous. He's on 150 grand a week. Now, I think he was only on about 40 grand a week at Hoffenheim. He had like a minimum fee release clause of 55 million. And so that's why I tried to structure it. And they took it. They bit. They wanted to sell. They wanted the money. And just look at the mentals, look at the physicals. And this is a big upgrade on Hanzic. Now, if I can find Hanzic, yeah, there we go. I can do a little comparison for you. You're going to see that Kruj absolutely mullers Hanzic. We've sold this guy for more than this guy is going to ever cost us. And that's what I was saying. I was in an RN if it was a bad deal, but just look at the comparison, especially in the mentals and the physicals. I feel like Cruz is quality. Thing about Cruz as well, he's 6'3" and he can probably play centre back quite easily. So again, it's another one of those things where we're covered if we get injuries. And then we've brought in a couple of players that like youngsters that are for the future, really. Francois Diabate is the first one. So a big fee of 20 million, potentially going to 35. Might keep him around the club this year and just train him up, but I'm going to train him as a centre-back. But as you can see, he's 18 years old, and this is what he looks like already. So if we can train him the right way, I think he could be a real asset to this team. He's got really good potential. He's obviously worth a far more money now. So if it doesn't work out, I think we can sell for a profit, even though it's quite a high fee. But I really like him. And then the last one we've signed is Zuhair Idrissi from Ghent, £5 million up front, and it goes to 21 million. Now, basically with this deal, it's 5 million, but the minute he makes a league appearance, the rest of the fee gets paid out. And the reason I've done that is because I've got two good strikers, and I don't think the third striker is going to get used. I'm going to try and loan him out. He's only 18, but look how good this guy looks. Looks so good across the ball, doesn't he? Really well-rounded player. A lot of space to grow as well. And the way I was looking at this is we got Makuku at 25, so there's 7 years difference. So by the time that Makuku is 30, this lad is only going to be 23. So he's still going to have time to develop. It's going to be great. It's going to have the time. I'm not saying we're going to potentially play this save that long. I don't know how long it's going to take, but that was just my thinking. And it's a really good looking player. As far as like future transfers and whatnot, I've got Thomas Eade coming in. He's going to be a goalkeeper, but he can't sign until he turns 18. So I think he actually joins in the January. Yeah, he does. So he's going to be coming in as a backup goalkeeper. I've promoted a keeper for this season, and as you can see, there's loads of other stuff going on. So the goalkeeper that's going to be playing as backup this year is Razak Bates. He was in our academy. He's 18 years of age. He's probably not going to get that good, but you know what? Gomez doesn't miss many games, so it's just good to have that backup. And so this is how the team looks. It's very well-rounded now. And, I think that there's players that are going to be given a go this season. I think Quartez, he had a really good season at Hull last year. So he's now promoted to backup left winger. Let me just show you him because he's really coming along. It's just that acceleration that lets him down, but he's really coming along. So I like him. He's going to be playing a bigger part this year. Who else is going to play a bigger part? Probably Juan Fernandez. I've brought him in to basically play as one of the backup centre-backs. I think he's going to be really good for us. And then obviously Razak Bates has been promoted. So that's basically where we're at. No fixtures have been played. We're going to play the Community Shield today. Just a bunch of friendlies. But then as far as the competitions are concerned, this is how it's looking. Champions League, they want us to get to the first knockout round. They want us to reach the final of the FA Cup. They're not really too bothered about the Carabao Cup or the Community Shield. And then as far as the Premier League is concerned, this is how the season preview looks. And they've got us finishing third. We've just won it 2 years in a row, and we still are not the favourites to win it. Now, to be fair, United and City have done some pretty good business. But Cruz, Raisha, Makuku, all in the Dream 11. That is what we like to see. But if we were to look at Manchester United's transfer history, you're going to see they've been bringing in some pretty good players. That's all they've done so far. But they're pretty good looking players, like youngsters. This geezer, backup goalkeeper. And then they've been moving some players on. And then Manchester City's business looks like this. So they've only brought in the one player, barely any money spent. Sold some players on. Don't know if they got anything done early. No, actually, I'm surprised that City are so high up. They must have a ridiculously good team, mustn't they? Yeah, pretty good. But anyway, enough of this. We're done with our little season preview, all that good stuff we do at the beginning of the year. Now it's time to play the Community Shield and be done with it. So this is the team I'm going to go with, gang. We're going to go with Gomez in goal, Cruz and Rush at fullback, Rice and Alfonso at centre-back. Nobile is going to partner Szoboszlai in the midfield. Sabanda and Wright are going to play on the wings. Yaya through the middle. And Makuku is going to make his debut up front. So here we go, gang. It's time for the Community Shield. And look at that team. It's looking pretty good. I think this team's looking pretty mustard, especially with the new striker and the new right back. I thought Hansic was a really good player, but this new right back is a lot better than him. So yeah, let's just see what we can do, shall we? So yeah, let's just get rid of that, and then let's get cracking with this Community Shield. See if we can win this. Every trophy helps at the end of the day at this point. So here we go. Early free kick. Oh, what a finish! Pablo Alfonso, the centre-back. What a finish that is from him to make it 1-0. So early on as well. Jesus Christ. Where did he have that? Where did that finish come from? Unbelievable. Right, throw in to West Ham. It's all West Ham early days. Yaya into Szoboszlai. Cruz. Yaya's been absolutely taken out there, and I believe Makuku's on penalties now. Will he score in his first game for West Ham? Yes, he will. Get in there. Always good for your striker to get a goal early, even if it's from 12 yards from the spot. It does not matter. 2-0. Wow. We lost to these in the bloody FA Cup final. You could have had this one, Newcastle, and give me the FA Cup final. That would have been very much appreciated. Right, corner, comes in the box. Well dealt with, well headed out. They've still got it there, though. Good cut out from Novelay. Into Sabanda. Now Novelay again. Into Szoboszlai. Comes right. Into right. Now into Yaya. He's going to run them. Back to right. I actually didn't mind that ball. It's just a shame that Makuku wasn't on the same wavelength. I'm hoping it's Makuku or not Makoko. I'm really not sure. The way it's spelt, it suggests it's Makuku, but I'm not really not sure. That's a good save from Andre Gomez, though. And quickly got rid of it. I've actually put Gomez on sweeper keeper on support now, rather than defend, because I want to try and get counter-attacks going quicker. And I was doing a bit of reading, and apparently that's the way to do it. So, and he'll come out and claim stuff a bit more, like on the edge of the box. So we'll get the best out of his sweeper abilities. Oh, that's not a bad effort. That's just wide. That was a good effort. 25 minutes gone. And it's pretty even game, but we've just scored the 2 chances that were given to us. It would be nice to win this trophy again. It's just a nice little season starter, season opener. Gets you going. You know, we got a few new players to like blood into the team as well. So, you know, it's important. It is important. Right, Newcastle now. Building from the back. That's really good from Alfonso. He's such a good centre-back. I had teams coming in for him in the summer like they did Perez, but I would not budge. There's no way I was selling him. Into Nicholas Wright. It's a good ball, and Sabanda's hit the woodwork. Oh, Sabanda. Lucky son. Sabanda's second season, I really want him to light it up. I think he had a good debut season, but I really want to see him light it up this year. We're nearly there. There we go. Half time, 2-0. It's been actually relatively plain sailing, that. So I'm okay. Newcastle are obviously having chances, having the lion's share of possession. Probably allowing them that now because we're 2-0 up. Good defending. Another good defensive hack. Now into Makuku. What a take that was down. Now he finds... Oh, that's unlucky. Alfonso into Cruz. Into Rice. Into Novelay. Into Yaya. Into Makuku. He spreads it to Nicholas Wright. Ball coming in. Novelay! I'd love to see him score more. I really, really would. Especially in the air. We've got a lot of German players now, by the way. Cruz, Reicher, and Makuku on the pitch, all German. We've got Wright, we've got Sabanda, we've got Rice, all English. Novalay's Italian. Yaya's Turkish. I'm going to take Sabander off for Ilicic and put Wright over on the left. Andre Gomez is Portuguese and Pablo Alfonso is Argentinian. We've got a Belgian on the pitch now as well in Ilicic. Now into Makuka. Oh, he dragged that shot. Wow. Please don't let that be what he's like. I know he's obviously a bit of a wonder kid in the game, but as you all know, because of the nature of my series, I rarely get to use those players. Oh, Ilicic has got injured. Right, we'll bring Nicola on. And we'll bring Reece Neal on as well. But yeah, I rarely get to use these players because they end up at all the big clubs before I have a chance to sign them because it takes me so long to get to where I need to be. But yeah, I'm hoping he's going to be good. I'm really hoping he's going to be good. But he's a pretty inexpensive transfer. In today's world, £45 million for a world-class striker is not a lot of money. Like, ain't being funny. Look at Haaland just going to City for like 60 odd million or whatever it is. Come on. I think it's pretty much ours, gang. Newcastle have probably been the better team, to be fair. We were just very good in that first 12 minutes of the game. We've only had 3 shots on target, 2 of them hit the back of the net. So 5 minutes added on. And then it's job done. Job's a good one. Yeah, we're going to win the Community Shield again, which is lovely. That's what I like to see. Right, Andre Gomez rolls it to Rice, gets it back, and then does a very un-Gomez thing. Oh, that's a nice ball. Okay. The comeback's on. Oh, dear. Right at the death they've scored. But it's not enough. The Community Shield is ours, gang. It is absolutely ours. I'm going to let you enjoy the trophy lift. Look at the size and overlay at the back. Just chilling, all 6'8" of him. Absolute man mountain. Look at him. He's so much taller than the goalkeepers. So dumb. Anyway, Declan Rice lifts another trophy in West Ham colours. So there you go. Job done for today's episode. It was all over in 12 minutes until they grabbed the very, very late consolation goal. But yeah, good stuff. Lovely job. Now, I don't know where I'm going to bring it back, gang. What I want to do this season is I want to streamline the season as much as possible. I'm still happy to do the group stages the way I have been in the Champions League because we're yet to win that competition. But I think the FA Cup, I think the community, EFL Cup, I think I'm going to streamline them massively. And I think that the earliest I'll probably do games in those is maybe the semi-finals. I think that kind of makes sense. And if we go out, we go out. We just don't see that competition in this current season, maybe, unless we get a really big team. I think that's the only way I'm going to do it because last season took ages to get through, and we really need to start getting through the seasons a bit quicker than we have been. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really not sure when I'm going to bring it back. I'll have to wait and see, gang. But it will be back sooner than you think. So as a result of today, we're done. We don't need to look at the table. It's just a nice, easy season opener. So there you go, gang. We're done for another episode of the Hall of Fame. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, drop likes on the video, do all that good stuff. You can check the description, get all my socials, Discord, get involved, do it. It's happy. I'm happy if you're here and involved. Anyway, really messed this up. Saluting you all. See you later, all right? Stay safe, stay humble. Next time, we play football.